Ooh. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Fuck. I don't know. If you guys can hear me, please let me know because I can't hear myself. It's annoying as hell. Can you hear me? Please let me know. Please let me know if you can hear me. Anyways. Some annoying shit right here. Input. Is it on? Hey, can you hear me? If you can hear me, please let me know, person that's listening right now, because I can't hear myself. Can't hear myself for some reason. Can't hear myself. Okay, I think I see the bar going up, so you guys can probably hear me right now. Anyways, today's topic is the Pareto principle. What is the Pareto principle? It's very easy. It's super easy. It means that 80% of your result comes from 20% of the causes. Most of the time. Actually, all the time, I'd say. So it's anything that happens in life, many things in life, can be traced back to about 20% of the causes that will create 80% of the results. So whether it's with let's say in success with women, 20% of men have sex with about 80% of women. Or it might even be worse than that. It might actually be 90-10. I think it's more like 90-10, to be honest. But we just don't really, we just don't really hear about it if you're in the 90%, because, that's society portrays that, it's sort of like that everything is 50-50. You go around, let's say your middle class job, and you see everyone making sort of like similar amount of money and stuff like that. But the truth is that about 80% of people make only 20% of the wealth. And like 20% of the people make 80% of the wealth, something like that. And obviously the 80-20 could be skewed to like 90-10 and stuff like that, or it may even be worse. And yeah, I think that the 80-20 principle, we have to apply this in our life if we want to be extremely efficient. Because, if we only go about life and just go about it like 100% all the time, and we just do everything 100%, and we just kind of grind it out, and you want to get better financially, so you just work all the time, 80-hour week, and you don't even think about rest days, or you don't think about being efficient. You just think about brute force. Actually, thinking about it brute force, I think, is will greatly limit you, and there will be some sort of you will reach sort of a plateau at some point, because your efforts will not be at their optimum effectiveness. So then, while you could put like, let's say, let's just talk about calories just for fun. Okay, let's say your brain burns like 500 calories to like do this math problem, and it takes you, I don't know, it takes you like fucking to have it 100% right. But if you just like exerted like I don't know, that's not a good example. Let's take something else. Okay, you take something, and to have like, let's say, 100% at a exam, like a school exam, it takes you like a shitload of energy. But if you just wanted to let's say reach like 90% on your grade, that will be probably a lot less work to reach 90% than 100%. Right? So it's like, to get to, let's say, 0 to 80% is just as hard than like getting from like 80% to like 90%. And to get to 90% to 95%, that is like just as hard as like 0 to like from 0 to 90. You know what I mean? It's like the perfectionist trap type of thing. You think that, oh, you should get more or whatever, and you think you can always make it better, make it stronger, make it more better. But at some point, you got to accept that, hey, there will be diminishing returns at some point. And if you push past that, then you're just burning yourself out, right? You're really, truly burning yourself out. And I remember, if you guys been watching my point of view montages, and I started making more of them because I remember some of you guys like were saying, "Oh, why don't you make POV montages anymore? You're making less videos, montages." And my answer to that was that, well, it takes me like 50 hours of editing per montage, sort of, around 50 hours of editing. And I felt like, all right, fuck that, man. I can't do that every single month. And I thought like, oh, you know what? Yeah, every montage I make has to be perfect. And then I burned myself out, like trying to put 100% every time. But you know what? I realized if I put the first 80%, the first 80% is like the most effective, like if I just put the first 80% into it, it'll take me about 5 times less effort. So instead of taking 5 months for a video, it'll take me 1 month. And with 1 month, I can release a montage every single month for you guys to enjoy. And that's what I figured out. By the way, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to interrupt me anytime. Anytime you want to interrupt me, you can just interrupt me and ask me anything you want, personal development related, because this is for you guys, mostly for you guys. It's not just for me to rant and hear myself talk. It's for you guys. So anytime, feel free to interrupt. Let me just write this down for people that are going to come. Feel free to interrupt me with questions. Don't be shy, winky face. Yeah, so efficiency. We got to learn to be more efficient. Because I think many of us, especially in the entrepreneurial world or even the pickup artist world or whatever, it's like this type of like hustle, take action, and you'll be successful, right? Hustle like fucking hell, and you will get results. Well, isn't that what everybody does? Everyone already hustles. Look around you. Walk down the street at like 8:50 a.m., right? And you'll see everyone running around like going to work, frenetically going to work and working their ass off. Do you think they're hustling hard, they're working hard? Do you think it's leading them anywhere? No, they're not utilizing their sort of. They're not being. They're like, instead of focusing on what matters, most of us we just try to do everything, and we burn ourselves out. Well, what should we focus on is the essentials. So one question that you can ask yourself before I answer your questions is, how do you, like, out of everything that you do in life, every single thing, okay, what are like the top 20% of things in your life that you do, the 20% of people, the 20% of activities, whatever, that bring you 80% to 90% of your happiness in life, fulfillment, whatever. And whatever that is, you can even do like a top 3 activities, and then capitalize on this. Hello guys, MF Boom. Okay. How did you learn to edit your POV videos? Did you take a course or are you self-taught? Well, okay, I edited my very first video, like YouTube video, on like some old channel when I was a long time ago, like 10 years ago or something. I first learned about Windows Movie Maker, and most of my videos I learned through being self-taught, actually. So I looked some I YouTubed how to edit videos, and then I switched to learning on Sony Vegas and other platform, and then I went to Adobe Premiere Pro, which is like pretty standard in the YouTube community / video editing community. And it's really, the way I saw video editing is, I studied piano for about 12 years in my life. And actually, my interest in video editing started with my interest in music, which might sound kind of strange. Like, what music? How could it have started with music? because music, there was sort of like a rhythm to it. A rhythm to it, like sort of as, every song has sort of like beginning, middle, and end. It's sort of like this, it's like a story, And I realized, wait, video editing, it's like you're putting together a story. And that's what I realized. Like, whoa, I can tell a story just through images. And if I inverse the order of the story or the images, if I just add some music or I add some effects, it changes entirely the video. It changes entirely the mood. And it's like music. And I saw the intrinsic sort of relationship between music and video, and they're so close together. They go so well together. That's how I started doing videos, so yeah. I think going back to the topic of the live stream, 40-80-20 principle. Yeah, what is the 20% that's making you happy in life? And me, I realized that it was working on a craft that I really, really liked, and I found a lot of depth and fulfillment in, which was making videos, video editing, and stuff like that. And some people, it might be doing music. Some people, it might be personal development. Some people, it might be sneaking into festivals, right? Some people might be many different things. But I'd say for most people, you can find like a top 3, maybe like a top 2, or even not even, maybe just like one thing. What is that one thing that truly matters to you, and capitalize on it? So more on being productive. You should do this analysis on yourself, by the way, like 80-20, asking yourself, what is the 80% of things that I should discard? And there's probably, everyone has an 80% of things right now that you're doing that is wasting you so much time right now. So much fucking time. Could be watching some random cat videos when you're bored, or it could be playing video games too much instead of going out and socializing and working on your social skills. So, Tim Ferriss, that's where I've taken my information from. He says that you should also do not only a to-do list, but a not to-do list. If you want to be more efficient. And it could be in anything, like not to-do list. Let's say when you're seated at a computer and you're trying to get some information, let's say from Nameless, from this live stream right now, a not to-do list could be, well, while I'm listening to this, I'm gonna take notes, whatever, and I'm gonna try not to look at my phone every 5 minutes, because that's, I encourage you to do that. Next time that you feel very unproductive, you're procrastinating, whatever shit, because we all have those moments, let's face it. I'd say take a piece of paper and write down like things not to do. Like, okay, today when I'm gonna work today, I'm not gonna check my phone. I'm not gonna waste my fucking time walking around my room and being unproductive. I had there's those things that it's like productive procrastination that you call it. It's when you procrastinate, but sort of in a pseudo-productive way. So then you give yourself the illusion that you're working on yourself. So for example, if you have to, let's say, you want to learn how to pick up girls or whatever, and then you spend that time, instead of going out, you procrastinate and you tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm just going to read this book about seduction. I'm just going to watch this video about how to pick up girls. I'm going to do all this shit. On the side, I'm going to learn improv and all this. And it's like a waste of time. It's a waste of your energy. It's a waste of your effectiveness. You think you're being effective? Well, no. You're focusing on the other 80% that doesn't matter. What is the 20% that matters? All the time. It's like it's not necessarily just a practice, a short-term practice right now, but it is a constant exercise of the mind. Constant exercise of the mind. So for anything that you do. So it could be also in health and fitness, right? You go to the gym. What is the 20% of exercises that give me 80% of the results? It's the compound movements. It's high intensity interval training. It's focusing on the movements that are the hardest. Usually the hardest movements, the most energy demanding movements, those are the movements that will make you bigger and stronger faster. Not the little concentration, little curls, whatever things, right? It's like, what gives you the most bang for your buck? Ask yourself that every day. And I don't know what the fuck to talk about right now because I've pretty much beaten this topic down. But whatever you guys want me to talk about, please let me know in the comments. Don't be shy, really. This live stream is for you guys. Another thing that actually very interesting, considering the 80-20 principle is Parkinson's Law. What is Parkinson's Law? Not to get too nerdy here, but it's that a task, whatever task that you do, okay? Whether it's doing the dishes, writing a paper, doing a video, whatever it is, a task will expand to the time dedicated to it, right? So if you give yourself 5 hours to do the dishes, well, of course you're gonna procrastinate. Of course you're gonna waste time. If you give yourself 5 hours to write this whatever paper, it's like this little 200-word assignment. You're gonna like waste so much time, and like, you know, the first 3 hours you're gonna probably watch YouTube videos, and the last 2 hours you're like, yeah, sort of like slug through it, whatever. But if you give yourself 30 minutes to write the best 200 words there is, you will do it really fast. So I think it's important that you really you keep your deadlines tight as well, whatever you do, because most of us, we just kind of, we don't give ourselves deadlines. If you don't have any deadlines, make artificial deadlines for yourself, because if you don't have those deadlines, then you're gonna be, it's like you're living as if you were gonna live forever. It's like, no, we need some sort of external force sometimes to sort of set a boundary of what we're gonna do. The Jack Philosopher, hey, what's up? Favorite movies where the protagonist is a seducer. Protagonist is a seducer. I'm trying to think. A seducer. I haven't. Vicky Cristina Barcelona, 9.5 weeks, 2 Moon Junction. Okay, I'll probably have to take a look at that. Well, you could say that, you know, there's some movies where the protagonist is a seducer, but he's not like that's not his goal. You know, that's not the only thing he does is seduce. It's just sort of like, it's part of his personality, right? And it's kind of like he's kind of accidentally a seducer, but it's not really wants to be. Let's say if you look at V for Vendetta, the way he talks to the woman at what's her Natalie Portman. The way he talks to Natalie Portman is very seductive. You know, the way he talks and the way he seduces her. But what I really like about V for Vendetta is that he's not. That's not his goal to be a seducer. He's just naturally is seductive, just through the way he uses his words, and has intrigue. And this woman falls in love with him, even though she's never seen his face. I found it really fascinating how you can seduce someone just without even them seeing your face. You know, well, obviously it's a movie, so, but it just shows how intrigue can spark, you know, curiosity, and can spark seduction, and it can spark interest. So maybe some of you guys, the first time you saw the mask, you're like, what the fuck is this, man? Like, what is this mask about? And then what happens? You click on it because you're curious. See, so having some sort of intrigue, I think is really I think it's really the foundation of seduction. Any type of seduction, whether you want to captivate someone's attention, let's say at a movie, In a film, you will have intrigue, you will have mystery. In a book, you will have intrigue and mystery. In a video, you will have intrigue and mystery. Like this mask right now that I'm wearing is basically the embodiment of all of that. So yeah. T'es-tu québécois? Oui, je suis québécois, man. Tabarnak, Chris de tabarnak. Lil Memester. Toi, tu viens d'où? Tu viens-tu de Montréal? Tu viens-tu de Québec? Let me know. Mystery, yes. Intrigue, conspiracy. Mystery, yes. Conspiracy. Yeah, conspiracy like Illuminati. That's what I am. Illuminati. Yeah. Gatineau. Nice. Comment t'as trouvé à propos de mes vidéos? How do you find my videos? I'm just curious. Yeah. So what was I talking about? We're talking about seduction and talk about the 80-20 rule, self-development, efficiency. Let's keep it on. Let's keep on topic. Yeah. Another thing that you could do that I found really interesting about the if you want to be more efficient is that you can learn how to batch things, batch your tasks, batch certain things that you do repeatedly. So hello Jesus C, hi viewer from Glen, awesome. You can batch many things. So let's say you gotta do the dishes. Well, don't necessarily do like one fork at a time. If you should that's what I do. But you just put all the shit in one basket and do it all in one go. So like, would you, let's say, wash your socks? Like anytime one sock got dirty, you would bring it to the washing machine and spin the thing and then put it in the dryer? No, you would wait until you had a huge basket, a fucking huge basket like this, and then once the basket is full, then you bring it to the fucking laundry room. But you don't bring one sock at a time, right? So think right now in your life, what are the things that you do repeatedly that are just fucking annoying that you could just batch in one go, right? So then instead of exerting like so much energy to start a task, to begin a task, to do the task and end the task, then why don't you could exert like 20% energy for like 80% the quantity, and instead. So whatever you gotta do. What books are you reading now? What am I reading right now? Actually, I just finished. What was the book I finished? Well, I read Mastery. I reread Mastery like for the third time, but right now actually I haven't read a book in a while. Actually, I've been really focusing on making those videos, especially POV videos, because I have so much footage right now I gotta go through. I was working on my Patreon and helping some people that needed some coaching. Yeah, I've started getting some beginning to get a little bit of clients, so that's pretty good. And yeah, I've been working on that. So actually I haven't read a book in a while, which is kind of funny. So what I do now is I listen to YouTube videos and I get my information from that, because reading a book sometimes it's quite time consuming, and sometimes you can get a summary of the book in a video, let's say YouTube video, and you will get, talking about the 80-20 principle, right on topic, you will get 80% of the information of the book in a video that will take you like 20% of the time to watch. Not even, you might even be even crazier, like in like 5% of the time that it'll take you to read the book, you'll get like 80% of the content, which is insane. So sometimes I don't actually, I will read a book back to back if I really, really love the author, like Robert Greene. I love him so much that I gotta read it back to back. And yeah, but most of the books, sorry, most of the books you can get most of it in about 20% of the time. Hey, t'es-tu allé au beach club? Oui, je suis allé au beach club. C'était pas mal nice. Didn't go. No, I didn't go to beach club this summer yet, but I'm probably gonna go to beach club again. I might do another beach club video. Who knows? But I want to start traveling and start shooting videos outside my city because yeah, I sort of went to every single festival in my city, so I kind of gotta expand. Beside music festivals, where do you normally meet more women? Um, During the daytime. You can meet them during the daytime. When you go clubbing, you go to bars and clubs. Through my social circle, meet friends of friends, stuff like that. Attend other events from other friends. That's really it. So that's mostly where you can meet more women. You could also join a class. I haven't done that, but I was thinking of doing that. I'm just looking through activities that might interest me right now. And I think, yeah, I think it's important that you meet women, people in general, outside of just the pickup sphere, outside of, because there's a lot of pickup artists, and I'm sure some of you guys that are subscribed to my channel are pickup artists, whether you want to call yourself that or not. And some of us, we might get entangled in just doing the pickup stuff for a very long time. And there's actually a few guys that are really good with women, but they don't have friends, which is very strange. Like, I know a guy like that actually, that like he only does the pickup stuff, and he doesn't that's all he does, and he doesn't meet people outside of that, and he ends up going back home, and he doesn't have any friends. It's like he has a few friends, but barely, and I think, you know uh trying to make a link with the 80/20 principle here, but yeah, like if you go out, if you burn yourself out and you just go out 4 hours per day or whatever to pick up girls, or I know some guys that do that, like go out every single night, like for 4 hours a day, like you'll burn out. But if you put like 20% of your effort into that, and let's say you go out like a few times per week, and then the rest of the time you live your social life, I think you'll be a much happier person. Much happier person. So think about, like, whether it's socially, whether it's in your health, whether it's in terms of financial goals, whatever it is. There's always sort of there's sort of like a point of diminishing returns, and you don't want to go past that point. You want to you you want to, like, once you're like at 80%. That's good enough for most things in life. Like, I think 90% of things in life, if you just were 80% good, it's good enough. There's a book called The 80% Approach by I don't remember the guy's name, but it's on Amazon. You can get it. It's a really short book, and it's really concise, and it's really good. 80% Approach. Wait, I'll write it down. So the 80% Approach, and this book basically makes everything more efficient. It tells you about, what is the most important. uh the very first part of every task is the most important part, and if you can put all your attention on that very first segment and do it as fast as you can, do the first 80% as fast as you can, then, and you do that for every single task, and you don't try to be a perfectionist, then you will produce amounts of work that are beyond anyone else's dreams. Like, that's insane. um yeah, I prefer to meet women during daytime activities outside, while shopping for groceries, while at university events. uh I scan for invitations, and when I see them, I act. Yeah, I think you should, that's how you should go about it. That you do it sort of, that it becomes a lifestyle. Whether it's pickup, whether it's socializing, that you turn it into a way of life, and for anything in life, really. So yeah, all right, guys, it's about 30 minutes. I'm gonna wrap the live stream soon. So if you have any last questions, just let me know, and then yeah, we'll end it at that. So yeah, to wrap up, guys, don't forget to do the 80/20 analysis on yourself. And Ask yourself that question. What are the number one thing? What is the number one thing that's giving me most of my results in life right now? What are the top 3 things? If the number one thing is too hard, what are the top 3 things? Just let me know. And write it down. Take a journal, write down, like, you can even make a list of, like, me, I did that list. So I was like, hey, like, there was a section that's like positive and another section that's negative, sort of divided. Wait, I'll show you. So 80-20 analysis. So you do like sort of 2 columns, you know? So one column is not the best handwriting, I know, but one column is like the positive, one column is the negative. I write down what are the 20% of things that are giving you 80% of your happiness, right? And what are the 20% of things that are giving you 80% of your misery in life, right? That could be, you could even write some people's names there, like no one has to see it, you know. And you can write, you can write people's names, you can write activities, you can write time wasters, you can write things that you just fucking hate to do, and things that you love to do. And yeah, after that, you have a much better picture of your life. And I want to thank you guys for tuning to that live stream. Was a pretty quiet one, this one, but that's good. Any live stream, any live stream is fun. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. And oh, by the way, don't forget to check out my Patreon page. I'm going to leave a description down below. And I'm going to release a montage this Friday. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, check it out. And if you want to see previews of it, you can go on Patreon right now. There's a few minutes that you can already see of the montage. And yeah, that's it. So thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments down below, and I'll answer them later. Peace.